down to 40 degrees by 8 and 9 o'clock, 39 degrees by 10 p.m. We're talking about some cold conditions tonight, but a nice warm up is eventually on the way for the weekend. We'll have the very latest numbers with your 10-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Kim.
And also this morning, we found one man lending a helping hand to businesses in downtown South Bend. This is a Stan's food service delivery truck, but today it was packed with food from local restaurants. The company's president serves around 20 restaurants in South Bend and allowed anyone who needed this to store food in his truck do so for free.
We're South Bend family. We're a South Bend company, been here 90 years. We care about South Bend. Anybody that has a business here that we can help, we'll try to do what we can.
And he says they started around 6 o'clock this morning and will go throughout the day as long as people need him. And be sure to stay with ABC 57 throughout our 90 minutes of news as we continue to cover this downtown South Bend power outage. Our team of reporters is fanned out all across the city, working to bring you and your family the very latest information. And when we aren't on air tonight, we will, of course, bring you any updates on abc57.com as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Well, the city has drafted a new team to beat the street violence and shootings. Key players like Chief of Police Ron Teachman, Chief Prosecutor Ken Cotter, and past criminals Isaac Hayes are just a few of the names on that roster. Last night, the group held its first call-in and invited 21 members of South Bend gangs or cliques to hear an important message from the city. ABC 57's Megan Schiller joins us live from outside the Charles Martin Youth Center. And Megan, how did last night's meeting go?
Well, Kim, everyone there today, whether they were on police or just members of the community, said they thought that last night was a success. They said that last night they gave a message loud and clear that the harshest punishment will be used against whatever gang breaks the law first.
We've been wrong, and I'll stand before all you like I did the gentleman last night and apologize on behalf of the police department.
Officer Scott Ruskowski is apologizing for the violence and for the 6 homicides that have shaken the city in just the past 4 months.
I'm sorry. What we've done to stop the shootings and the violence hasn't worked.
So now there's a new plan. The South Bend Group Violence Intervention Panel did some research, and they called in key members of some of the hardest hitting street groups.
We have begun a community discussion here. And we particularly focused on those representatives of the groups that we find to be the most violent.
A total of 21 people who are currently on probation or parole walked into the Charles Martin Youth Center last night, and police asked them to bring back a message to the streets.
What you're doing is hurting us. The gun violence in our city is wrong, it has to stop, and it's hurting us. We will help you if you let us. As a community, we will help you. Law enforcement, services, clergy, everyone. And the last is we will stop you if you make us.
And also tonight, it's now up to Elkhart County Sheriffs. They are investigating a residential burglary. They say that happened while the victim was at home in the Timberbrook community on County Road 19 in Bristol. Now, that victim was sleeping around 5:45 in the morning when police say that someone then entered that home. When the victim woke up, they saw a man in their home. The suspect then fled after taking some items. Now, if you know anything, you are asked to call the Elkhart County Sheriff's Department. Also, Elkhart Police Department, they need your help solving another crime. Police say someone had their wallet containing money and credit cards stolen from their purse. Police say this suspect walked up to a grocery store cart, reached in the victim's purse, and then took the wallet. The suspect then used a credit card at stores in St. Joseph County and Chicago. That's all according to police. Now, if you know who this suspect may be, you are asked to call Elkhart Police. And our live coverage continues on this massive power outage here in downtown South Bend. There are several businesses impacted on this Friday night. Just ahead, a closer look at the financial impact.
And the cold weather continues across the area. In fact, frost advisories in effect for the entire region by tonight and tomorrow morning. The very latest coming up.